everybody? Welcome back to another video. It's been another month since I've uploaded a video, but I think I'm back for good because I started pre-recording videos on Christmas, so stay tuned for more content again. I just figured now would be a good time to hop back on YouTube because things are starting to look better for me in terms of my living situation for once. In this video, I'm going to be talking about my upfront thoughts of 2021, my living situation, my relationships with people, YouTube stuff, and some brief statements on previous years I wasn't able to make a New Year's video on. I would like to wish everybody a happy new year, even though they don't turn out happy anymore, at least for me. From a bad perspective, you could say that life sucks and what only matters is what you do with it, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to wish y'all a happy new year and get into the points I want to make. Before we get into this video, please make sure to give this video a like, subscribe if you're new to my content, don't forget to click on the notification bell to be notified whenever I upload, share this video to anyone, like literally anyone, and let's play 2021. So, it's here. The first full year of the coronavirus being around and the world being fucked by it is over, but you know, the world is still most definitely fucked. Vaccines are finally out to some of the public though, which is a pretty good thing because chances are this is probably our best bet to kind of tackle this whole thing and move on. I wish the government took action on this whole pandemic a bit faster than they did because it's been almost a year since we've all been getting restrictions to all kinds of shit, at least for my area. It's been around since March. I am still living in my parents' basement. For being stuck in the basement of your parents' home, 18 doesn't sound bad when it comes to needing support, but I feel like I just need a better environment to live in. I'm not really proud of being stuck at home and having family issues pretty much take over my life, but at least I have a steady job now and I'm not living like an actual bum like I was before the nice weather came out this year, or even just last month. I also turned 19 this year, more specifically in 4 months, but nothing's really exciting about that. It's a Monday and I'm probably just going to work and do the same shit I'm going to be doing for a while, which is work, smoke, and chill. My room was completely rearranged by my parents. Right before I uploaded my last video, I forgot the money, but I rearranged it again back to how my room was for the most part. I couldn't recover some of the little things they always fucking take from my room with complete disregard of giving me an advance or how I may feel about it. My parents don't nearly kick me out as often as they used to, but it still happens every once in a blue moon. We don't get into physical fights anymore, but I still do get the occasional threats from my stepdad, along with the daily mind manipulation from my parents when they always talk to me like I'm slip retarded who just can't quite grasp the reality of being the bigger person in life and having things like a job, a car, and pretty much everything else that everyone else has and I don't. I mean, I thought life was pretty lame when I knew I'd be stuck with my parents at a much younger age, knowing that domestic issues happen over some really small stuff, but ever since she found out about the drugs and my stepdad came in the picture, it's been damn near life damaging. It's been really annoying for a long time, but not only am I really close to finally being able to get a car again after not having one again for about 5 months, I finally got some big boy plans to try, put all of my trauma and other feelings that make me feel depressed aside, and put every mentally challenging problem to a fucking end. In other words, I'm going to keep my job for a few months, save up for a car, and rent out an apartment. I don't really have a whole lot of resources or background knowledge when it comes to getting a home and renting things out with people, but I'm just going to be on my you only live once shit and just wing it, or at least by a couple months ahead, I'll sleep in a car until I can get a little more extra bread. Things that don't really work out for 15 years don't usually just mysteriously change within a couple of months unless some irreversible fucked up shit happened. Last month, I got a job at a molding supply warehouse. My stepdad gave me a card to a staffing agency. I called them and had him reference me. He pretty much got me the job. The hiring process was pretty fast too. Literally the day after he gave me that card and I called the number, they hired me for the interview and had me working within minutes. It was kind of inconvenient at first considering that I had like 2 hours of sleep. It's manual labor and I thought I was just going to do an interview that morning, but I'm pretty grateful and content to have this job now. I've been working there for just about a month. I've been saving up money for a car and would like to save more afterwards for a fair share of rent at an apartment or something like that with a buddy and my girlfriend, or at least saving for what I'd need for myself, then look for roommates just to have that extra cash. I'm literally a week away from being able to afford a decent car that's nearby and an extra week to pay for expenses chances of making the car street legal. My parents had been really stingy with giving me rides to work and letting me use their cars for it ever since I started working there, just because of everything that's happened in the past. In fact, a stupid dispute between me and my stepdad broke out, and now he's putting his foot down and pretty much saying, fuck you can walk to work. The motherfucker even owns all the 3 cars they have here, so he literally has the power to frame me with the police, report his car stolen, and my mom wouldn't be able to do shit about it. I've been paying some extra money for Lyft rides and the occasion of asking a common coworker because of it. As soon as I buy a car though and get it legalized, I'll be able to get out of the house much easier when I need to get away from my parents in a bad situation. I'll have a reliable way to get to work. I won't lose my job getting kicked out, and thanks to DoorDash, it's going to be a really easy way to help me come up for any circumstances, like paying bills at an apartment, food, car maintenance, anything. Plus, if I ever get kicked out again, I'm not going to be the most warm, safe, and sound, but at least I'm not going to be aimlessly walking in the streets without proper winter clothes and it's sub-zero outside. That shit would kill me. I've been planning on saving up for an apartment after I get a car, and granted, DoorDash is going to add onto my paychecks pretty well. I also want my girlfriend to move in with me so she doesn't have to deal with being stuck in the house and her mom getting into it with her about being with me. Her mom pretty much stopped associating with me and has been trying to keep my girlfriend away from me due to my mental illness, how I act whenever I'm around her, and pretty much her belief on how good of a boyfriend I really am. I don't know, I've been working my ass off, consistently been getting high throughout weeks of time, and interrupting sleep just to give calls to my girl almost every night and make sure she's not losing her marbles. Once I can start DoorDashing, I can quite literally almost double how much I make in a month, especially with a schedule I got planned in advance already. I don't know about y'all, but this 6-month plan is looking pretty promising. I'm not really worried getting in the way of our relationship, besides ourselves, me and my girlfriend of course. I always deal with bullshit with different people, so it can greatly improve a relationship once you get past that and move on. I also have almost $1,000 in the bank. If everything stays solid with my job in DoorDash, then I'm already looking at like 3 or 4 grand by March. So until the magic happens, I'm just going to keep the same energy. Not going to lie, I'm pretty grateful that I still find any motivation and enjoyment in making YouTube videos, because it was really hard to keep that shit over the years. Before the end of 2017, I was really consistent with uploading videos. I was really young when I recorded those videos too. A lot of times you'll see that those videos back then were made less professionally than this video and the rest of the ones I made last year. That and my voice is kind of embarrassing for me to listen to nowadays. The only times I would ever spend more than a few days not uploading is if I had to focus on school or I was out doing shit with my family. Ever since I started running away from my mom, I started taking short breaks again, but when she first found out I was smoking on Thanksgiving week in 2017, I literally spent almost 4 years inconsistently making YouTube videos. There's so many reasons as to why I stopped uploading for a little while after making a few videos. Being a runaway, getting kicked out, being depressed at home, work, school, hanging out with people every day. Living life. I remember when I used to smoke and drink back in 2016, or even just smoking cigarettes before I even created my account. Granted, some school friends I was around at those times got the word that I started doing it, but I kept it from the family and everyone else that wasn't really close to me, including the scripts from videos I've made at the time. I've always had strict parents. Back then I didn't want to deal with that, plus them knowing about me doing any of that any longer than I have to. It's almost a 4-year difference from when I first smoked a cigarette to when I first got caught smoking weed. I don't know about you, but I think dealing with shitty parents after getting caught up with some shit like that for 3 years is quite better than 7, especially for my age. But now that I'm almost 19 and my parents don't care about me smoking nearly as much as they did before, I don't really have a reason to hide it from my YouTube videos. I don't think any of my supervisors at my job is surfing through the internet to find any of their coworkers' content either. I think I should be good. To be honest, I want to get back into recording vlogs again, because not only do I enjoy making different kinds of videos, but it would be cool to be able to reminisce about actual footage of me hanging out with friends and doing more shit outside of the house. But ever since I got this job last month and was able to start affording my daily marijuana usage, I've been lacking quite some energy. I recorded a few clips for a video a couple months ago, but I never really got around to editing it. It's just a video of me and a buddy hanging out in the city with a bike and skateboard. Other than that, work and depression is basically draining most, if not all all of my energy to post vlogs, not just the weed. I will try to push for a consistent uploading schedule again because, in all honesty, I don't ever really have anything much better to do than to work, smoke, stuff myself with fast food, snacks, energy drinks, and sit on my phone or computer for hours. It's pretty unhealthy, but I figured it could at least substitute for my nicotine addiction. The law still requires you to be at least 21 in the United States, while the stores got popped for selling to people under the age as well as violating some COVID-19 restrictions around my area, which I will make a video regarding that in another restaurant on my next video. And the one person who was supplying me cigarettes doesn't like me anymore. I've just been bumming at work, really. As opposed to right now, these withdrawals and parents are the only things in this world that give me a hard time these days. I don't work until Monday, so obviously I can't ask anyone from work for a cigarette until I see them again. Another thing I want to talk about is the past couple of years I didn't do any New Year videos on. To basically summarize 2019 and 2020, I lost a lot of friends and resources trying to be the good guy and get along with everyone by seeping to their standards. I'm pretty relieved that I don't have that many people to worry about, but at the same time it would be pretty nice to meet people and not be stuck in the house all the time. It sucks too because now all of my friends are pretty much at the point in their lives where they have to grind and hustle to make their lives easier to live, and a lot of people don't have the energy to be keeping up with all their friends when shit hits the fan. It took me a while to get used to it, but it just seems like friendships aren't really being taken as seriously as they used to be, and it really makes me want to just tear the whole thing up sometimes. I don't know. I get that some people try to stick around in the long run, and I try to appreciate people for who they are and what they've done for me, but it's been so fucking distant for a long time. I guess high school friends don't last forever. I also spent a lot of inactivity these years, you know, getting kicked out, arrested, worked, etc. I'm going to try and upload more videos, or at least not disappear like I have been doing over the past few years. Hopefully nothing more tragic happens, but who am I kidding? Last little topic I want to talk about before I end this video is if I'm going back to school. If y'all don't know, I'm a high school dropout. The COVID-19 restrictions in online school made it harder for me to learn. I failed senior year in May. I lost everything this last summer, and I was still getting kicked out of the house. In my area, there's this program that I can join to get my high school diploma all the way until I'm 21, so if by chance I do have my own crib, or at least in a better living environment than I'm in now, I'll definitely give school another try this year in September. It's going to suck if these restrictions get in the way of school as much as it did in 2020, but to be honest, I don't really want to wait until the last minute to get my diploma if there's still a good chance. Hopefully I can get my diploma sooner or later, but if that doesn't work out, I can always get a GED. As far as college goes, I honestly don't really know. I'm pretty sure you can be at pretty much any adult age to attend college, so I'm not really worried about it. I'd have to be able to seek that far in my life in order to determine if college will actually be beneficial to whatever I'm trying to do in life at all. Right now I can't even seek what's going to happen after I try to get a car and move out. I'm pretty sure you need a high school diploma in order to get into college too. I'd be better off waiting until next school year anyways, because I don't know how the rest of this school year will turn out for me, and I probably have too many credits to complete in one trimester. If I do get this check next Friday, find an affordable car to bring home, get back in the door dashing, save up until sometime in the summer to have rent money and extra cash for whatever, and live with my girlfriend, I'd be happier than a bitch. In fact, it would encourage me to leave my toxic parents out of my life and show them that I'm a big boy who can do big boy things, that I'm not just some junkie or youngling that doesn't amount to shit, especially for what I got planned for 2021. It's going to be a long ass ride. That's going to conclude today's video. Once again, Happy New Year's. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I hope that you enjoy watching my videos. Feels good to know that some people still watch my videos instead of leaving them at no views, especially when random scenarios in my life turn into story videos with hundreds of views, or when I'm just inactive as fuck. I'm glad to be alive for another year on the calendar, and I finally have a set plan that can make my life much stress-free, which is already stress-relieving. If you like this video, please give it a like, subscribe if you're new to my content. Don't forget to click on the notification bell to be notified whenever I upload. Share this video to anyone that's currently in the grind to get somewhere special in life, and I'll see you on the next video. And for this outro's 4-year anniversary, peace out, Sauce.